A court in Belarus has handed down an 18-year prison sentence to opposition figure Siarhei Tsikhanouski, according to state media. Siarhei is the husband of Sviatlana Tsikhanouskaya, who took over as a presidential candidate in his place. The former video blogger had attempted to run for president against Alexander Lukashenko in the August 2020 elections, but was arrested before the vote. Today, a court sentenced him on charges of organizing mass unrest. In a video message ahead of the verdict, his wife Sviatlana, who is currently in exile in Brussels, said she expected her husband would be given a lengthy sentence, and she vowed to keep fighting for him.
I will continue to defend the person I love and who has become a leader for millions of Belarusians. I will try to do something very difficult, maybe impossible, to bring closer the moment when we will see each other in a new Belarus.
So let's get straight across to Kiev and to correspondent Nick Connolly. Hi, Nick. What more can you tell us about this story?
Well, the extraordinary thing about this case that's been at the centre of attention in Belarus for months now is that it has been going on behind closed doors in that jail in the regional city of Gomel, only about 200 kilometres from where I am here in Ukraine's capital, Kiev. Not even the relatives have been able to really find out what's going on there. Lawyers have been thrown out. Indeed, Siarhei Tsikhanouski's lawyer for most of the case had her legal licence removed during the case, so had to change lawyers. So it's basically a very difficult situation where very little has come out, but I think this is really important because the regime is making clear that it is not in any mood for compromise. We had a 10-year sentence for Maria Kolesnikova and other prominent opposition figures, so this 18-year sentence is really an attempt to raise the stakes, maybe as some kind of diplomatic kind of pawn. Maybe that these people their freedom will be exchanged for some kind of reduction in sanctions by the West, or in the hope that they will eventually break under all the pressure and, come to some kind of deal with prosecutors, admit some kind of responsibility, and come on state TV and, talk about why they were wrong to oppose Alexander Lukashenko. So far, most of these opposition figures have been staying firm in their rejection of these charges, and now this is the consequence of that. Extraordinarily long jail terms ahead for these people.
Now, one way or the other, this sentence doesn't exactly come as a surprise. What does it mean for Tsikhanouskaya and the Belarusian opposition as a whole?
Well, I think for Sviatlana Tsikhanouskaya, this was unlikely a surprise. I think they were really expecting this, especially given the role she's taken on as the de facto leader of Belarus's opposition from exile in the EU. So I think that's definitely also, as it were, retribution for her continued political work that really is crucial to keeping those sanctions up and to extending those sanctions against the Lukashenko regime. In Belarus, we see the picture is very different. Basically, all opposition activity has left the streets. People are, if they're at all organising, they're working from home, online, and social media. But even that is becoming increasingly dangerous. People are being sent to jail for increasing terms just for sending links in private messages to independent media that are deemed to be extremists. So the regime in no mood to compromise, no mood to suggest any kind of openness with its opponents, and a situation where any kind of open defiance gets you in jail for a very long time.
TW correspondent Nick Connolly reporting for us from Kiev. Thanks so much for the update.